Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, as some of you may have seen in a recent video, the big Gibber, Big Kahuna Gib, has announced his return to the ring in a Kingpin tournament. Now, Kingpin have done events in the past and they've been alright, but this one's going to be a major shake-up because it's a tournament with 8 fighters taking place, whittling it down to 2 finalists who will go head-to-head and finally put to rest who is the pound-for-pound king in the sport. Now, obviously, it's not going to be the true pound for pound because KSI, Jake, Salt Poppy, people like that have not been announced to be in the event, and I don't think they will be. KSI fighting in May, Jake fighting Tommy Fury as the rematch, and Salt Poppy up in the air what he's going to be doing. But I don't think any of those guys will be on the event. What I do know, or who I have seen has been announced is, well, I haven't seen anyone being officially announced because the announcements will be tomorrow as I'm filming, today as I'm uploading, which I think I'll upload this on the Sunday, the 12th, is Gibbs' thumbnail where it was Tom Zanetti, it was FaZe Jarvis, King Kenny, Jay Swingler and himself. So 5 fighters. Jay has now pulled out, I believe, because he's recently had a scrap with Nick Lamau, and however you want to score that fight, I haven't personally seen it. I'll probably check it out today. I might do a reaction to it and see who I thought won because it was very controversial. But no matter who you thought won that, both guys I think could do with some time out, work on their fundamentals, work on their skill, recover. More importantly, this is a thing we don't really want to see influencers get in the ring and overexert themselves, which leads to physical injuries or really bad injuries in the ring in terms of damage taken. So I think it's good for both guys to take a step out. But Gib coming back is a major thing. Gib recently, people have been underestimating him. Obviously, the whole issue with Mams Taylor and the contracts, people saying that he's ducking people now because he won't sign the contracts for the money offered. And we saw in the video him playing around with the idea of contracts, spitting on the Misfits contract, picking up the, well, not picking up the call from Mams Taylor, but picking the phone up and then putting the phone down on Mams. That was another shot fired at Misfits. But this is the thing with Gib is a draw. And people don't want to admit it, but Gibbs' promotion is off the charts. Oh, well, him and Austin didn't do very well. Him and Austin did. Well, yeah, well, because Gib didn't promote. Gib did not promote. Look at the announcement for the fight and look at the fight post that he did. Both are on over 1 million views. The guy is entertaining. Now, the recent announcement is on about 300,000, I believe, which is lower. But still, it's got time to build. And as Gib gets into this, we're forgetting this is the Gib who said, "You'll be picking your veneers from your gum shield, pussy."
Final words to each other?
I wish you luck, man. For real, I'm about to fuck your ass up.
You're gonna be picking your veneers from your gum shield, pussy.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said you're gonna be picking your veneers from your gum shield, pussy.
This is the Gib who taunted Jake Paul, taunted him and taunted him into getting the actual fight with the guy. Gib is a draw, especially in the UK. Now, I don't know if this thing will be in the UK. It might be multiple venues in multiple tournament events. But I think that if any of these are in the UK, Gib is a major pull and should be paid rightfully so. And Misfits need to take that into consideration for any future events that they want to book Gib on. Gib's a big name. He's fought with Jake Paul. That's his level. That is the upper level of Gib. And then he went down and he fought Taylor Holder and he fought Austin McBroom and he's built himself back up. People still see Gib as this crab guy. He's not. He's not. Not in the last 2 fights has he shown any crab-like ability. Nothing. He's done nothing of the sort. He got knocked down against Austin. A cheeky little, I think it was a left hand that snuck through. Caught him unawares, knocked him down. He got back up, unaffected really, and came back and absolutely stomped the guy. Everyone before the fight was saying, Austin's this dangerous guy who can fight KSI in the future. And then after the fight, Austin's a bum. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, Taylor Holder was supposed to be the most professional guy in the scene. Could beat Jake. And then Gib whooped him. And suddenly he's a bum. Huh. Interesting. Everyone that Gib seems to face seems to turn into a bum after the fact. Well, maybe Gib actually has skill. Gib actually has power. Gib actually has a decent defence and attack. He's got the fundamentals to catch shots and return with dangerous counters, as we saw with Austin. In the Taylor-Holder fight, it wasn't a pro fight in the sense of they didn't have 10-ounce gloves. They had no head guards, but heavier gloves. In the fight against Austin, it was essentially a pro fight. It might have been commissioned as a pro fight, but it was essentially a pro fight in the fact that the rules were pretty much all the same. And Gib destroyed him. The event runner, the promotion owner, got whooped on his own show, in his own main event. Got whooped. Gib's a dangerous guy, and everyone discrediting him because he hasn't fought in quite a while is craziness. Craziness. What, because him and Mams have had an argument about how much he should be paid? Now he's ducking everyone, is he? Gib, the guy who's unafraid of anyone in the scene so far. Gib has never really run away from a fight. He's always been chasing them. Slim, yeah, okay, he avoided Slim, but Slim wasn't very well known at the time. So, with all that being said, where do I think Gib, or how do I think Gib will do in this Kingpin tournament? Well, I think Gib is, if not the top contender, certainly one of the top three. Especially in the screenshot that we've seen. Kenny obviously lost on Misfits 5 to, was it Raksu, Akinsu? So, something like that. Raksu, I think it was. But he lost in what some people have said is a controversial decision. I'll have to watch the fight to determine that myself. I personally believe that Kenny isn't that good. If you go back and watch some of my videos, I said Kenny's got a good jab, but other than the jab, he doesn't really have anything that I think is upper echelon to anyone else. Compared to everyone else in the scene, he looks fairly average. So I think Gib, with his this is something else I've seen. I've seen people say Gib doesn't have good cardio. Gib doesn't have good cardio? If anything, that Gib has, the one thing that you can say, oh, take everything else away, what does Gib have? It's cardio. It's cardio. What is this stupid people? Stupid I'm going to use the word casuals. You guys are casuals, and your recency bias is off the charts. Salt Poppy has been flung into this top 2, top 3 position out of nowhere, disrespecting everyone who's had more than 3 fights against tougher opponents than Salt Poppy. Salt Poppy's now a top level guy because he beat Josh Bruckner, a guy who admitted that he isn't very good at striking, a guy who, despite everyone saying he's got MMA and amateur boxing background experience, is very minimal and trashy at best. The guy's not very good. He struggled against Chase Damore, for God's sake. I could beat fucking Chase Damore, and if you gave me the opportunity, I fucking would. If anybody ever gave me the opportunity to get on one of these cards, I'd show you what it's about. Because some of you are just taking this completely as a joke, and it's ruining. This is why pure boxists or pure boxing fans get annoyed at you guys, because it's just, you don't take it as serious as you should. You get in the ring and you have a scrap. I did see the Ginty versus Halal Ham. Halal Ham. This is a guy that went 3 rounds with Salt Poppy. He got knocked down by Ginty. Now, I saw the knockdown. It wasn't a knockdown. It was a stumble onto the floor. It was crap. It was shit. That fight was dog water. But it just goes to show, Salt Poppy beat Halal Ham, and then he beat Andy Warski. Who are they? Who are they? So Josh Bruckner's the best guy he's beaten. Josh Bruckner ain't no one, really. Everyone's scared of Josh Bruckner. Who? Who fucking has mentioned Josh Bruckner before that fight? Who on earth? I didn't even know about Josh Bruckner. I didn't even fucking know who Josh Bruckner was. And he's already fought on another card. That's how bad it is. That's how unmemorable he was. So, Gib. Where does Gib go? Well, Gib, as I mentioned, he's got power. He's got good technique. He's got good defence and offence. He has great combinations. If you look at the combinations he throws, he doesn't throw just 1, 2. He'll work to the body, upstairs, 3, 4, 5 combinations in a row from different angles. The guy, if you saw Daly's little breakdown just before the knockout of Austin McBroom, you see Gibb start to catch, start to glide, start to sort of blade his body in the way of shots, and it's just glancing the shots, and then he returns with a beautiful right counter, and it just bang right on the chin of Austin, and Austin out like a light.
Favorite clip here. Really pay attention to Gibbs' intelligence in this clip. He's not just fighting here, he's using a brain. Look at the way he brings his arm across his face. He's making himself really small and compact. He brings that right arm across his face, that hand comes up, and he blocks that straight left down the middle from McBroom. Now he's going to dip under that right hook of McBroom, take his body offline. Look how far his body is over to the left. That's keeping himself defensively sound while still landing that devastating right hand on Austin McBroom's chin. Masterful from Gibb. Well done.
But Gibbs also has that cardio that I mentioned. And not only the cardio to last in the 8 rounds, the cardio to throw the entirety of those, well, I said 8 rounds, but however many rounds he does go, 6, 8, 4, whatever it is. Gibb can go for the first round to the end of the round and he's throwing about 100 punches a round. That's craziness. That is craziness. Gibb can throw as many punches in the first round as the last round, and they're all thrown with the same technique and the same power. Look at the Austin fight. Where did you see Gibb start to get sloppy in the later rounds? Not really. Not really. He was still pretty sharp, and Austin was pretty bad, so it's not a great comparison. But this is something that we haven't really seen from anyone else. Gibb had that knockout power heavily into those later rounds. Jake's also had it, but he's looked sloppy. Against Anderson in those later rounds, he looked sloppy. Against Tommy Fury, he looked like a fish out of water. But this is the thing with Gibb. Gibb will put it on you from the first round to the last round. If you can't defend yourself, or if you haven't got the cardio to go toe-to-toe with him, you're going to get steamrolled. No matter who you are. Austin, Jake, KSI, doesn't matter. Because Gibb putting it on you like that, if you ain't ready, we saw Jake was. Jake was in their first fight. Jake was ready. Well, it's their only fight yet, but I think that if Gibb keeps on going, he could potentially get a future rematch with Jake if he impresses enough, which this tournament could do for him. But we saw that Jake, at that time, had the composure to go backwards, and he was going backwards and landed on Gibb as Gibb was coming forward, and Gibb looked crap in that fight as well, so it's not a fair comparison with Gibb either. But if you aren't ready like Jake was, then Gibb will do what he's done to every single fighter he's fought. Run right through you. Yeah, man, that'll be it from me. I'm so excited to see Gibb back. Came back with an absolute banger of a video. Came back and showed everyone why he is the promotion king. If you watch that video, you'll understand the guy can promote better than anyone. Better than anyone. And just give him the chance to get in those live streams, into those interactions, the face-to-faces, and you'll see it. You'll see it. From one UK guy to another, I wish you all the best. I wish the best to everyone in the tournament, but Gibb, you're one of my favourites. I really find you hilarious. I find you one of the most entertaining in the sport. And I can't wait to see where you go next. So I will see you all later. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Please subscribe for more content. Comment down below anything else you'd like to see from me, boxing related or otherwise. Till next time, see you later.